So the Blazers win last night in Cleveland, and I want to get to that. I do. Very interesting. You called it. You said, I'm taking the Blazers. They got weird stuff. They're a weird team, as you've noted.
They make no sense, man.
They don't. They have those games, and then they're going to play the Pelicans and probably lose.
Yes,
and like, how?
Exactly how this is going to go.
But they win last night. Deni Avdija continues to be Deni Avdija. 27, 8, and 7. Nice game for Shaedon Sharpe as well. As he finished with 20 points. He was 7 of 18 from the field. Toumani Camara. Toumani is the three-point shots. It's coming along.
Quietly has gotten a lot better.
The last few games, he's gotten it together. He was 3 of 5 last night, 17 points, 6 boards. The Klinger, not so much, but he did damage on the glass. He had 13 total rebounds. Caleb Love with 20 points off the bench was great, or 20 points, excuse me. See, this is the ESPN box score stuff.
I know, it goes minutes and then points. It throws you off.
They each had 20.
They've effed it up. They've effed up their box scores.
I mean, they're just in the point now where they're so banged up that they're almost, I hate to say this, please laugh at me if you would like, they're almost only going as far as Caleb Love will take them. Like, you desperately need another scorer off. If he has a game where he goes 1 of 12, which he's going to happen, Splitter joking after the game was really funny about his confidence and he's never seen a shot he doesn't like, which we've all watched Caleb Love for a while. We know that about him. That's the way he was at North Carolina and Arizona.
He can go for 30,
but he
can go 0 for 30.
You're so shorthanded that if he has a game like that, you got a puncher's chance because you're scoring off the bench. And if he doesn't make shots, exactly.
Sissoko, I thought, was really good. The takeaway I have from this game is a couple things, because we talked about them yesterday. And what I hate about the Blazer conversation, and I'm sometimes reacting to just 3 things, 3 people. I hate that if we have a the Blazers look amazing segment, we're instantly painted as negative guys. I thought we talked about some stuff that's interesting, like how many guys have been very productive for them this year and how encouraging that feels, while also asking out loud, are they going to make a move? And should they just stand pat and assume that this is going to continue to progress? I came away with a weird conclusion yesterday because we talk about players with growth. And Lamar, actually, I'd love to get Lamar on next week, Swag, if he's available. We haven't talked to Lamar in a long time. He said something that kind of got my brain moving yesterday on the broadcast. And he was talking about Shaedon and how Shaedon was having more opportunities than he's even gotten. I think Habistro had the stat that he's 9th in usage rate in the NBA. Donovan Mitchell's 8th, right? So when he's out there, he's taking a huge chunk of your offense, man.
Yeah, he's getting opportunities.
And that's good. I want to see that, right? I want him to have those opportunities.
That was the whole point of getting Ant off the team, is just freeing up some of that for one of your young guys.
And I would say so far it's been a good thing in that way. But Lamar had mentioned a moment in the second half, I think it was the third or fourth quarter, where he highlighted, like, Shaedon is recognizing. And so, like, what I would say is this is year 4 for Shaedon. The old adage in the NBA is that in year 4, you are what you are. And we've all abided by that. We've been saying that. We said it near Myers Leonard because people were wondering, is Myers Leonard year 7 going to be loading? And I'm like, no, he's Myers Leonard. What I would say, though, that he kind of made me rethink this is it's not about can you get better? I don't know how much better realistically from a stat standpoint Deni can get, right? What I would say, though, is can you grow with efficiency? That's what I'm more viewing players as. Like, year 4 might be for people, Shaedon is who Shaedon is. What I would counter and say is maybe, but can he be more efficient? Can he understand more mental nuances of the game? And so the impact might not be from a physical standpoint. It's more so from he's understanding the game. You have to remember with Shaedon Sharpe, he grew up his whole life being the best player. He then goes to high school. What do you think the offense was at his high school? Shaedon, here's the ball. Good luck.
Yeah, go score.
And then he doesn't play in college.
No.
And then year 2 in the NBA, he gets hurt, plays 31 games. He seemingly is still learning the game of basketball. Yeah. And he's had to do it largely as a professional.
Is he 21 or 22?
He's 22.
Okay.
So, I just was thinking about that element because Deni has been awesome.
Yeah.
Toumani's been good, and he's turned it on as of late. Jeremy's had a much better season so far than he had last year. And I think the growth of Shaedon mentally on that aspect of the game is where I'm most fascinated. I thought last night He played a good game. Deni was great, and I thought their ball movement was stellar.
Well, I mean, yeah. Look, they're a team that's going to pull off a win like that every now and then, and I joke about Caleb Love, but that's a big part of it. The other thing that helps is that Cleveland as a team went 13 of 52 from three, right? Like, you get that from your opponent, that's going to help you a little bit. And so those two things correlated into a Blazer win last night. On the Shaedon Sharpe point, I also think part of his learning process, he definitely needs to become more efficient, because there are some nights where you look at the volume of shots and the volume of points and you're like, well, yeah, you scored 28, but it was on 20-something shots. And it's not as efficient as you want him to be. I also think, and MJ was talking about this on Tuesday on his, pre-recorded preseason Peacock hit.
Is it?
That he does they're still doing it's the same thing.
It's still the big interview
This
with
was
Tirico?
it was a varying of topics, but one of the things that I saw was him helping current players and the advice that he gives them. And one of the guys that he talked about was Anthony Edwards, and how Anthony Edwards has reached out to him about handling double teams. And when guys throw numbers at me, like, how did you handle that? And I'm basically at half court and two bodies are rushing at me. Where does the ball go? Where should I go? How should I move it? How aggressive should I be? And he's trying to help him learn that stuff. To your point on the usage rate of Shaedon Sharpe, those are the kind of things he's just going to have to learn. Like, he's getting different defensive looks now. He's getting more of a volume of run on offense where he's not just standing in the corner for 30% of the game. Yeah. And I think his game is going to evolve because of that. Now, how good can he become? If he's going to continue to shoot this way from three, I think there's a ceiling on the type of player that he can be. I don't think he's always going to be what is he shooting this year right now? 20-something% from three right now?
I think it's sub 30.
He was 2 of 5 last night. Yeah. That's not terrible, but it's sub 30 on the 25% on the season from three. That's horrendous.
He's got to get it to 35.
You got to be 30 baseline,
but
35.
He might not be able to, and I think that's the element I'm talking about. Is like maybe he.
That comes back to the efficiency and learning. Like, where is my strength, and where can I take most advantage of the defense?
Getting to the free throw line,
the 3-point line.
Getting to the free throw line, Dirt, I think would address.
Yeah.
Like, he got 6 last night. That's not bad.
He's averaging a career high in free throws over 5. He's never been over 3 in his career so far.
But, I mean, look at Deni, right? Denny's bigger than him, so it's easier. But, like, Deni knows how to foul hunt, and Deni gets to the line. He had 17 free throws last night.
He's a bulldog,
If you want to know why they won because they shot more free throws, and Cleveland couldn't make a 3 to save their lives. It's that
34 of 39 from the line will win you almost every night in the NBA.
So will a quarter of your points.
So will 41% from 3, while the other team shoots 25% from 3.
Exactly.
Like, that's really how it breaks down for them.
Yeah.
It's a great win. I don't know where they go the rest of the road trip, but, like, it's a great win. And so there are just elements of this where you see it. And yesterday is an example. Who did they interview in the post game? I'm blanking.
It was Tua, I think, right after the game.
Tua, yeah,
because the kid went back to Ohio, Dayton guy. I thought he was asked about something effective, like how they played that night, like finding guys, and he just said trust the process, right? And basketball now, it's pace and space. So, like, we know they've increased their pace from where they have been in years past, but also, like, just finding each other and trusting one another. I think a lot of coaches tell their teams this, and no matter what level, of, like, giving it up and knowing you're open and just not being afraid to shoot because you're worried about being a ball hog, or when you get the open looks, fire away, man. Like, that's what basketball is now, and last night they did an exceptional job of it.
They only had 11 turnovers, and playing that fast as they want to, you can live with that. The thing for me, and I hadn't seen the Blazers play a lot late because I had a lot of pilots and other stuff going on in the holidays, so really sat down, watched that thing from start to finish. And my thought taking away was, wow, maybe Deni Avdija can be the point guard on a playoff competitive team. Maybe he can be the one, and it makes things easier at the point for who's ever going to be making those decisions, whether it's this season or next season.
Well, he has been remarkable this
year. He's averaging 26, 7, and 6.
He's still
you're talking about he's on pace from one of the greatest seasons in the history of your franchise.
He's still a little loose with the handle at times, and that he needs to continue to be
But the point
better.
guard isn't John Stockton anymore, right? The
game has evolved.
Yeah, it's such a different
But at
game.
his height and his pace, now this is blasphemous to some people, and he has the mentality of not the game.
Do it.
Oh, here we go.
Do it.
But the way when he can get it, rip it, the rebound, and go, magic.
Yes.
That's who he reminds me of when he's out there at 6'8", barreling down. He's not afraid of contact. He'll go through you. If you don't stop the ball, he will go all the way to the rim. He's getting better with looking off and finding shooters or leaving it behind him, those sorts of things. He will get to the foul line a ton. He's a better three-point shooter than Magic ever was, but that's a different day and a different game.
Well, and the other thing that helps him is surrounding him with more shooters, too.
Exactly.
Because of his, there's just not a lot of guys that
did
can
as they went on.
Shooter.
Byron Scott would be, lining up in the quarter.
Yeah.
So, like I said, he's not it's blasphemous.
Like I said, he's Magic Johnson. But don't take what I'm saying. But like I said,
I mean, we're legitimately encroaching on one of the best seasons in Blazer history.
It's
26.
phenomenal.
I mean, I'm sure there's like a cleaning the glass or a stat muse you can find. How many Blazers in the history of the franchise have averaged north of 25.7 rebounds and 6 assists in a season?
I think it's only Clyde that's had a 25-5 season. I don't know if Dame ever got to.
Marcus never got to the 6 part.
No,
I don't know.
Dame would have had the assist part, but not the
did
rebound
he have the
part.
rebounds? Did he ever average over 5 a season?
He had some years where he was like 29-7 or 29-6, but the rebounds are probably 4.
I don't know if Damon Stoudemire ever had a year
because
he was a pretty good rebounder for being a little guy, but I don't know if
how many years did he average north of 25 points per game though. I don't know if he ever did because that was more of a balanced scoring era of the Blazers where they didn't really have one go-to guy.
You know what's crazy is like I just started with the oldest example. Bill Walton never even averaged 20 here.
No. Well, he's probably 18, 19 a game.
He did
like
have
18, 19 rebounds and 5 assists.
There weren't threes when he started.
I know. I get that part of it, but
that to the point, the Magic Johnson stuff we can chuckle at. He's legitimately playing that well. He's their driving force night in and night out, and he is.
But it's more just his size and his presence.
Yeah, I mean to be a 6'8" guy that can play that way, it's unique. There's not a lot of guys like that exist in the NBA. The reality that they're in right now is I think there's micro reactions that will have game in and game out, right? You lose a bad game and it's like, oh, that was stupid. What the hell happened there? And this probably will happen on the road trip. And then you beat a Cleveland team and it's like, hey, look at that. And then you go back up and then you go back down. The realities that exist for them in the grand scheme of things is one, there's just not a lot of movement that they're going to make until they get healthy. And I don't know when they will get healthy and how long that will take them. When's Scoot coming back? When's Blake Wesley coming back? What's the latest on Matisse Thybulle? You're just not going to be a consistent basketball team when you're, again, relying on Caleb Love to score 20 off the bench. And some nights he'll do it, and a lot of nights he won't. And so it's just hard to break through when that's your reality. But the good positive in the overarching angle of this entire season is what we've highlighted all year, and that's that the bottom of the West sucks. So you're not really going to get left behind. If this is the kind of basketball you play for the next 2 months and you're just hovering a couple of games below 500, you're going to be in the mix for a play-in spot. And I think that was at least the base level goal coming into the year, that there's nobody in that 8, 9, 10, 11 range is going to run away with anything in the West this year.
So Clyde in 87-88 gave you 27, 6, and 6.
Okay.
The next year, 88-89, 27, 6, and I'm rounding up 5-8 and 8. And that's it.
That's all we got?
It's basically, in 91-92, he was 25, 6, and 6.
Okay. So he did it a couple of times.
He did it a couple times. So, yeah, and Dame
never averaged over
those
5 rebounds a game.
No.
He had years where he was 30 points and 8 assists or 30 points and 7.5 assists. So he did 2 of the categories. But
is Deni our Cal Raleigh? He's just going to emerge as one of the third greatest players.
I mean, look, for all the criticisms that I've had of Joe Cronin, and I think he's done a handful of things not well, to put it politely.
By far his best move.
It's not even close. He hit a grand slam to Bub Carrington. I don't even know what he's doing for the Wizards. I just know they're terrible. That was, and Brogdon retired, didn't he? Isn't he out of the league?
Out.
So that was a grand slam of a trade.